You have clicked on this video because you would like to make a cupcake. So let's begin. You are going to start with an ellipse or a circle or an oval. Go to the shape maker on the left hand side and press and click on the ellipse tool. Make the size of the ellipse at a point that you think would be good for the bottom of the cupcake. And you also might want to pay attention to how tall or round your shape is. This curve is going to be the base of the cupcake. The top curve is going to be blended into the shape. You won't see that, but the bottom curve you will. If it is too narrow, you won't really notice that it's three-dimensional, so make sure you pull down a little bit. Now, the next thing we'll do is add a square above it, or a rectangle. Go to the rectangle tool, and we'll want to make the width of the rectangle match the width of the oval. You'll notice these pink lines. Those are guidelines to let you know that it is in line with each other. Okay, so I have that shape, and now I need to widen the top of the cupcake. To do that, I press E on the keyboard and I go down to the third icon. So not the top, not the next one, but the one that says Perspective Distort. That's the one I want. And now I can click on the top of the square and just widen the shape a little bit. Okay, so now I have a cupcake wrapper that's wider at the top and tapers downward. I'm going to merge these two shapes together. To do that, I press the black arrow. I'm going to hold the Shift key and then press on the oval. When you have two shapes selected, the merge shape or unite shape appears underneath Pathfinder. I click on that and I merge those two shapes together. Okay. To remove this selection, I can press Command Shift A on the keyboard. All right, that looks pretty good. The next thing I'll add is the cake part itself. To do that, I'll go back to the shape maker area. I'll choose an ellipse. I'll make sure the fill is white, and I'm going to click and drag to create an oval that is slightly more narrow than the cupcake wrapper. So I'm going to pull this in on the sides. Okay. Now I don't want this sitting on the front or in front of the wrapper. I want it to actually look like it's sitting in the wrapper, and to do that I need to change the arrangement. So while this is selected, I go to Arrange and then Send to Back. All right, now you can see that the shape is behind the cupcake wrapper. All right, so now I'm ready to add the icing. I'm going to have two rounded rectangles. So I go to the rectangle tool, click and drag, and I'll zoom in so that you can see these blue dots. You can click any of these and just pull in towards the center and it'll round the edges. So that's one layer of icing. I need a second layer, so I need to duplicate this. To create a copy, you press Command C and then Command again, but this time press V as in Victor. All right, and now I have two, but they're exactly the same shape. I need to make one smaller by clicking on the white boxes and placing this in the middle. Okay. Now I'm ready to free draw the whipped topping on the top, and to do that I'm going to need to use the pencil tool. The pencil is letter N as in Nancy on your keyboard, and I'm going to create kind of a teardrop shape. Notice that the star next to the pencil is going to change to a 0 when the shape is closed. There. Okay, that's what your goal is, to actually close this shape. I'll try it again so you can see that. And it's okay if you have to stop and just continue your line. And if you have a shape that you don't quite like, you can always press delete on your keyboard and try it again. You can also draw it small the first time if you'd like, and then enlarge it afterwards. So I like that. Now I can go to the black arrow and just make it bigger, a little bit wider, and I'm going to fill it with white paint. Okay. Zoom out, and I would say this is now complete and ready for your theme. When you're adding your theme, remember that you need to make a closed shape, just like the whipped topping. So if you're drawing something, you can use the pencil tool, which is letter N as in Nancy on your keyboard. If you'd like to add straight lines, you hold Option while you have the pencil tool selected. And after that, you can add all of your color. Here is an example of a cupcake with the color added. All right, I look forward to seeing your drawings. Good luck.